Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of My Perspective Podcast with your boy Big Hawk 863, aka Aaron Hawkins, man. Thank y'all for tuning in another week with your boy. Um, do me a favor, man. Hit that subscribe button. Help your boy get to 1,000 subs, man. I really need y'all help. We doing phenomenal. I'm greatly appreciative of what y'all been doing and the support y'all been giving me week in and week out. Just want to hit these personal goals and these my baby steps, baby milestones, if you will. I can't do it without y'all. So, um, man, hit that subscribe button for you, boy. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Man, share the content. Hit that like button too. I appreciate you, man. I love y'all for y'all. Just don't know how greatly I appreciate y'all. Whether y'all realize it or not, I get on here to try to help y'all, but in reality, this is therapy for me. So we helping each other. So just know, man, I greatly appreciate y'all feedback, and I greatly appreciate y'all just listening, rocking out with your boy, and the comments in y'all comments, man. Like I don't take none of that stuff to heart. Like I pay attention, man, and I love constructive criticism and shit. Whatever else come with it, this is part of it. But man, thank y'all so much for like being with your boy week in and week out, man. I'm coming to you, man, from coming to you from my car. This is my Derek Jackson edition of My Perspective podcast. Hey, I'm just having fun, man. I'm just having fun. But yeah, man, we coming to you again, man, with another great episode. I hope this conversation, you know what I'm saying? I hope it touch some people. Hope it reach some people, man. I want to talk about two things, man, but I'm gonna focus on one thing. Um, um, we're gonna talk about what is it for a man to protect and provide. I'm sure I've touched on it through um, other podcasts, other episodes of the podcast, but man, this conversation here, man, we want to just focus on what is it for a man to protect and provide. How does that look? I think, man, a lot of us, shit, male and female, um, we see protect and provide really, really basic, meaning to protect, man, if somebody try you lady, gonna knock them out. You know, you're gonna step to them to get some straightening. They handle her wrong. They talk to her out the way. You're gonna make sure she's straight. But it's bigger than that. And provide. Okay, I pay all the bills, or I pay 50-50, whatever y'all doing in y'all household. Like y'all, this is y'all probably the most common way we see protect and provide. But man, based on my 49 years on this earth, man, I've come to realize that protect and provide is vast, way vast than we think. Um, Most of the time, men protect and provide in many different ways. We just don't know how to articulate what we're doing. We just doing what we know how to do, and that's cool. But today, I'm hoping to provide a little bit more context to the subject matter because I think I don't think we got it wrong. I just think it's not enough. We're not looking at it from a bigger lens. We ain't taking a few steps back to look at it from its entirety or from a bigger lens, a bigger perspective. And so I hope to lend a nugget or two to the subject. Um, and like I say every podcast, man, I ain't a doctor, I ain't a licensed therapist, I ain't a clinical psychologist, I ain't no health coach, ain't no life coach, I ain't no love doctor, I ain't none of that. I'm just an old head who done been through some things, man. I'm just sharing my perspective based on my life. That's it. Hopefully it helped you, but at the end of the day, take it with a grain of salt. So yeah, man, let's get to it. So the protect and provide. I watch other podcasts, I watch other interviews, I watch other TV shows, and that's a big word, a big term now. Protect and provide. I mean, that's what everybody say they want. A lot of females say they want that. A lot of men say they want to give that. But do we really know what all that entails? To be honest with you, I don't even think I really know what it all entails. but I'm gonna give you my 2 cents on what I think it is. If that's all right with y'all. Let me know in the chat, you know, what you think the term or the phrase protect and provide really means. Y'all let me know in the comment section, man, what y'all think that really means. Um, protect and provide is layers and levels to everything. So you got a spiritual sense and you got a physical sense. You know what I'm saying? Um, Start spiritual. Pretty simple. As the head of your house, fellas, how are you protecting your queen, protecting your family, protecting your blended family? Are you praying over your wife or your girlfriend? Are you praying over your kids? Are you praying over her kids? These are the things that this is an aspect of protecting. Prayer, you know, whether you're a Christian or not, man, like you still have a higher power of some sort. Y'all can call God, whatever y'all want to call God, and it's okay. I don't subscribe to organized religion, so that's not my thing. So whatever you subscribe to, you pray to, or whatever, you have to include your family in it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, I don't pray every day for us traditionally get on your knees and talk to God, but I talk to God every day, just like I'm talking to y'all right now. You know what I'm saying? So with that, you have to that's a part of it, including your family and loved ones in prayer, covering them in prayer. And that's a very important aspect of protection, because when you put your words into the atmosphere, they become life. They become life. You can manifest what you want and desire by putting your words in the atmosphere. Prayer just means to speak. To pray just means to say, mean to talk. Um, Believe it or not, God sits in your mind, in the seat of your consciousness. So when you're talking, he's right there, he hear you. You know, he, she, whatever you want to say, it's cool. God hears you. He sits right in the seat of your consciousness. So he just wants you to talk about it. That's why talking is cool. That's why communication is so important, because we can put the words into the atmosphere and they take shape. But guess what we tend to do? We tend to put the negative in the world more so than the positive. So be mindful of what you're saying in regards to your relationship. I mean, if your spouse is messing up, we quick to say, man, they ain't about nothing. They ain't gonna do right. It's gonna always be this way. And we just pretty much ready to accept it. And guess what? You putting those words into the atmosphere. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, nothing's gonna get better. You're gonna get fed up, frustrated, and leave. Fed up, frustrated, and cheat. Or fed up, frustrated, and make your partner life a living hell. Those pretty much the 3 things you're gonna do. Or the 4th thing, which is the most important, you're gonna get fed up, frustrated, and seek change. Prayer brings about a change. When I pray, this is just me. I see myself in the errors of my ways more times than the errors of anybody else's ways. That's why prayer is so important to me, because I get a chance to see myself. And I could be praying for my wife or for my kids and hoping for a change in them. But when I pray, God tends to show me. And most times it's he giving me wisdom on how to handle the situation. Because situations can be handled fairly easy. It's just in the manner of how you handle the situation. The old saying is, it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. And that's pretty much true for any and everything we deal with in life. On the job, in your personal life, family life, it don't matter. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. You get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. So just keep that in mind. On the physical aspect of providing and protecting, we're going to talk about providing right now. Like, man, for real, it don't really matter to me if y'all doing 50-50 or 100, it don't matter. But the man should always be striving to take care of his home effectively and efficiently. And if you can't do 50-50 out the gate, then that's okay. But you should always strive to take care of your house totally and adequately. And I say that because when women want a superior man. They want a man to be superior than them. They may go about it the wrong way through learned behavior, but whenever you sit down and talk to a woman, first thing they say, I want a man to lead me. I want a man to provide for me. I want a man to take care of me. That's innately within us. God is the head of man. Man is the head of woman. Woman is the head of the children. That's natural. That's a natural order to life. Everybody submits to somebody. Pretty much what it means. And women, believe it or not, trust me when I say believe it or not, because it's a rough woman out here. And I don't, ladies, listen, I don't want to talk negative towards y'all or come across as I don't like women or I'm a woman basher, because I'm not. Man, I love y'all. Y'all don't know how much I love the black woman in particular. Y'all don't know how much power, grace, wisdom that y'all have. The problem is, do you know how to unlock your gifts? Do you know how to unlock your magic? That's the problem we're facing. Most women don't know how to unlock their magic. Men don't either, but more times than not, women say things that they want or they desire, but when they see it, because they've never seen it, they fight it. This has been my experience on my 49 years of living. So I'm just saying based on my perspective and what I've seen throughout my life. And women have a criteria, but they've never seen the criteria that they want, or they're the criteria that they want. So it's hard for a man to live up to it because you ain't never seen it. Are you the criteria? So you feel like if a man ain't got what you got or doing what you doing, he can't do nothing for you. He definitely can't lead you. It's some truth to that, man. However, if a man got a plan, if a man got a vision, at some point in time, you have to trust the process. You have to trust the process. And that's where a lot of problems come in at. But when it comes to providing starts before money. I want y'all to hear that. You hear that really good. Provision starts way before money. Provision starts with infrastructure, a layout, a blueprint, if you will, of how things are gonna go, how you expect things to go. That's infrastructure. That's a blueprint. That's a layout. And then once the man provides the infrastructure, and man, y'all listen to me carefully because y'all don't do a good job of this either. So I'm not just bashing the women. We at fault too because we don't provide the infrastructure. I know I don't. I know I didn't. Like with me and my wife now, we've been married about 6 months, and man, I'm hustling backwards on a lot of things because I didn't put things in place in a timely manner or in a proper order. Meaning, I should have did some things I'm doing now, 6 months in, that I should have did month 1, month 2, month 3. You feel me? We've been together for a year. So 12 or 13 months in, I'm doing now that I should have been doing in month 1, month 2, month 3. And then things will be further along in our marriage for as how things are supposed to be ran and how things are supposed to be delegated and handled. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not pointing the finger at nobody. I'm preaching to the damn quiet. I'm talking to myself as well. But infrastructure is important, man. You got to have a blueprint. You got to have a vision. You got to have a layout. Write the vision, make it plain. that when they read, they know what they're running about. They know what they're running for. They know what goal they're going for. They ain't just running blindly out here. You got to have a vision. So people see it, they know what they're striving for. You have to have structure and order, laws and bylaws, if you will. This is so that no matter what, whether I'm home or whether I'm away, things are gonna run a certain way. That's for things to run smoothly no matter what. And it's even more important for blended families. It's more easier for homegrown families, meaning man and woman, they have kids together and they just grew their family together organically. It comes easy that way. This type of stuff kind of happens without a whole lot of thought. It just kind of takes shape because we in it together. Excuse me, eyes a little running. But in blended families, this is definitely important because you have a man, which I call the outsider, who usually tends to, more times than not, come into the woman's home. Now, I'm not saying the man don't have his own, but if the woman has multiple kids, or her place is usually bigger than the man's place, because if he's single or if his kids don't live with him, he usually got a smaller place. So lease up, it kind of makes sense to move in with the woman, even though that's a tough hurdle to hurdle, but that's typically how things go more times than not. Or if you got enough money, if you got the resources to just get your own place, that's even better. But me personally, it ain't that big of a deal to me because I'm about saving the money to do other stuff with that we can have for us. So that's just my take on that. But usually the man comes into the woman's home and you have to reset the order of the house. You have to reset the order of the house because it's a new dynamic to the house. So the man has to have a plan. He has to have a vision. He has to know where he's going. It's not good for a man just to beat his chest. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. But he ain't taking them nowhere. It's not gonna take long for a woman to see that you selling wolf tickets, bro. It's not gonna take long for that woman to see you selling wolf tickets, man. And then she gonna lose respect for you. She's gonna gradually and eventually lose respect for you because you just talking. You don't got no substance. So you have to have a plan. You have to have a vision of where you going and where you see yourself being with your new family. 2, once you have a vision, you got to lay it out. You have to demonstrate the vision. You have to demonstrate the vision. If in a perfect world, when you're blending families, the mother will sit down with the kids, tell the kids the new dynamic of the house, let the kids know how things are going to be moving forward with her new partner that's included in the house. And then the man of the house, the newly deemed man of the house, going to come in and going to let the family know how he sees the vision for the family moving forward. Now that's not a dictating, dominating thing. It's just you have to reestablish the new dynamic of the home. This is called protection. This is called providing. And then once you have that order established, the resources are already there because now you got 2 incomes in the house as opposed to 1, right? So that's going to be an influx of resources in the home. But now you have to deem where it's going to go based on priority level. So if somebody got bad credit and now you have an influx of disposable income, is it important to focus on the bad credit, or is it important to save for a new place? Everything's just based on priority level. I'm just giving examples right now. This is provision. And delegation is also a part of provision too. And this is not to say that the women don't have no say so when it comes to provision, because she protects and provides as well. It's just in a different form. It's just in a different manner. So, um, she definitely has a say so in how things are to be ran in the house. That's why you have to have a vision. So when you have that vision, she sees the vision, but she also gives you a different perspective on the vision. So now you can make proper changes and add or take away for the betterment of the new blended family. The same goes for organic family, but the organic family tends to be a little easier to do because it's homegrown. But the blended family takes a little bit more time. So when it comes to provision, this is what I mean when it comes to provision. But when it comes to protection, this is where things can be, it's this is good because protection goes far greater than not allowing anybody to hurt your spouse. Protection goes far greater than you getting straightened when somebody mistreats your spouse. And this goes both ways. This is not I'm not talking to just the men. I'm talking to men and women because women protect their man too. You want to know how you protect your man? By overseeing that joker, overseeing him. When he has the vision, you oversee the vision. And if you see he's finna hit a roadblock, you blow the whistle, baby. Slow up, slow up, slow up. There's a roadblock ahead. Chill, don't go no more. Pump your brakes. Baby, turn right. There's a detour ahead. Oversee the vision. Women have a very important role to play. Don't think just because you're not the head that you're not important. And that's not the truth at all. Your job is probably the most important job in the family construct because you're the overseer. I may be the visionary, but you're the overseer of the vision. You make sure the vision runs smoothly because you have the wisdom I don't have. But y'all got to know that for yourself. Until you have that epiphany, ladies, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to. I hate to say the word hard. It's gonna be challenging for the vision to come to pass in a timely and efficient way because you don't know the power of your role. You don't know the greatness of who you are as a woman, as a female. Women are great, and y'all have a great task ahead. But you gotta know that, and you have to unlock your magic, as I like to call it. Unlock your magic. The Bible speaks about the wisdom of the woman. Ain't nobody wiser than a woman, according to the Bible. But y'all got to know that though. Y'all have to know that. The thing about a woman, you have to be comfortable leading from behind the curtain. The man is usually in the forefront. He's usually the figurehead. So you have to begin to become comfortable with leading from behind the curtain, playing the back, being in the background. And that's a challenge for some people. So let's talk about protection. Yeah, I ain't gonna let nobody hurt my lady. I ain't gonna let nobody touch my lady. If we together, ain't nobody gonna touch her. That's the simple part. But let's talk about the stuff that ain't so simple, that we don't even think about. It's simple too, but we don't even think about it. If simple shit that's pumping your lady gas. If you don't want her out and about all times of the night, here, there, and everywhere, like having to do things for herself, do it for her. That's protection. If it take your lady $50 a week to fill her car for the week, you do it for her. Every Friday, fill her tank up. If it take 2 times a week, just do it for her. So she don't have to. If she has appointments that you can do for her, just do it for her. That keeps her out of danger seen and unseen. The chances of something happening to her is probably slim. However, If you can alleviate some of the stress or whatever, why not do it? Why not do it? Um, when you have standards for your lady, that's a man's way of protecting. This is a big problem in our community because we feel like women feel like, oh, he's just trying to control me. If a man has standards for you ladies, that means he really loves you. That means he really loves you. That doesn't mean he's trying to control you. That means he really loves you. If a man don't care about how you look, if he don't care about what you wear, if he don't care about where you go, if he don't care about you pumping your own gas, if he don't care about you washing your own car, he don't care that much about you. He might like what you do for him, but he don't overall care that much about you. And that's for me personally, that's problems. That's problematic to me. Like, I love my lady so much, I don't want her to get her hands dirty for nothing. But the problem with that we run into in this area is most women are not used to a man protecting them in no way, shape, form, or fashion. Let alone with this smaller, tedious things I'm talking about right now. So they see it as controlling, dictating, trying to dominate me. But it's really, I love you, I care about you, I got standards for you because I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want nobody to mess over you. But when you ain't never seen it, it's hard to accept it. This is where I always stress, trust the process, trust the process, trust the process. Because one thing for certain, man, if a man don't care about you, if he don't love you, he don't care what you do. He don't care what you wear. He don't care what you say. He don't care about none of that shit because he don't care about you at your core. He just like or love what you do for him or to him. And I don't want to be in a relationship like that. To me, that's a situationship. I don't want to be in a marriage or supposedly long-term relationship, and in actuality, it's just a situationship. That ain't cool at all. Um, but we have to learn to trust the process. And same go for men. Same go for men. Allow your woman to protect you as well. If your woman is dutiful, don't just use her. Appreciate her. She iron your clothes. She cook your food. Like she do wash and all this other stuff. She do these types of things that we see as natural. Man, show her you appreciate her. Show her you appreciate her. Don't just expect her to cook your food, come bring you your food, wash the clothes, fold the clothes, and then want her to go out and work too? Nah, man, that's unappreciative. You can help do this. You can help do some of these chores with her, or you can really show how much you appreciate her for doing it. That appreciation go a long ways, fellas. That appreciation go a long ways. And one thing we got to remember, we are a reflection of each other. We are a reflection of each other. A man's goal, I believe, a real man, I'm not talking about males, because just because you got a penis, that just makes you a male. That don't make you a man. I believe in my heart, real men want to totally 100% protect their women from every potential danger that it possibly can be. Everyone. We just let our emotions lead in areas we shouldn't. I'm definitely guilty of that. But this stuff is very overcomable. You can overcome this stuff, man. Allow logic to lead. That's probably the most important thing in the conversation today. Allow logic to lead. I know personally, I lead out of love, but I tend to let my emotions dictate how I go about my leadership. And that is very costly. That is very, very costly. When you allow logic to lead, it's much more efficient and it's much more productive. You can't look at how you feel because your heart gonna make a fool out of you every single time. Every single time. You have to look at the facts. Look at what's in front of you. And let that be the lead. Let that be the guide. And make decisions based on the facts, based on the evidence, based on the substance that's at hand, not what you feel in your heart. It's one thing to have intuition, but we always think we can save somebody that can't be saved. At the end of the day, the person got to want it for themselves. But lead according to the facts, not according to your feelings. Me personally, back to protection. Like if my woman has a, say the plumber got to come and fix the toilet or whatever, and I can't fix it, I'm gonna make sure she scheduled that appointment when I'm there, so I can deal with the guy and she don't have to. That's protection. Or if I can't be there and he has to come, I'm gonna be on the phone with him and listening to him talk her through everything. That's protection. That's protection. Now, the chances of something going left, it's probably small. It's probably small. However, a man's presence, whether physically or his voice, changes the dynamic of everything. That's just protection. That's the energy of a man. And you ain't wrong, fellas, if you're protecting in this way. Women see that, some women, not all, some women see that as, you're doing too much. I can handle it. Ain't no big deal. But typically that's because they've never had it done before. So it just takes time. It just takes time. So these are some of the things that is called protecting as well as providing. Providing is more than resources. Providing is infrastructure, vision, provision, resources. Protecting is combat, fight or flight, but also preventing combat, fight or flight. This is what protection is. And once we understand this, particularly the ladies from their men, things that go a lot smoother and a long way, further along in peace and in harmony. Everything don't have to be a fight. Just know that he got your best interest at heart. Fellas, just know she has your best interest at heart. If you come in the house 12, 1, 2 o'clock every night and she questions you, that's her caring for you. That's her caring about you. And if you don't think it's cool to report, why'd you get married in the first place? Or why'd you get in a relationship in the first place? She worried about you. That's her trying to protect you, to keep you out of harm's way. Curfews ain't bad. Curfews are good. What's the old saying your mom used to tell you when you was a teenager? All right now. Ain't nothing after 12 but legs and dentists. There's trouble out there. There's trouble out there. So her wanting you to let her know where you at and vice versa, that's protection. That's protection. Calling and checking in, that's protection. I'm going to tell you something else that's protection. Asking your spouse for permission, that's respect and protection. And this is the one that really messes all up. We two grown adults at our big ages. I ain't going to ask nobody for nothing. I'm grown. You're absolutely correct. You are grown. However, that's the highest form of respect in a relationship, and it should be reciprocated both ways. Ladies, if a man wants you to ask him to do certain things, he should be able to ask you, can he do certain things? It goes both ways. It's not a one-sided affair. It's not a one-sided event. So you should be able to give what you require. But this is part of protection. So if I ask my lady where she going, and she just say, I'm going walking, that's not good enough. Where you going walking at? How long you think you're gonna be? You wanna know why, ladies? So if anything go wrong, I don't hear from you. I don't get no. Or if I get a phone call saying something happened to you, I know where you say you're gonna be at. So that'll give somebody a heads up, a leeway to go look for you. Or if I can't pull up on you, That's protection. That's not me, little girl, and you. That's protection. If you're going out with your girls and you don't know where you're going to eat at, that ain't good. No. Let the man know where you're going, where you're going to be, blah, blah, blah. That's protection. So if anything happens, he can send the authorities your way or he can pull up himself. That's protection. I understand. A lot of times we use this for selfishness. I get that. But we're not talking about selfish males and selfish females. We're talking about real men and women now. Real men and real women now who are concerned for their significant others. We ain't talking about nothing else. So this is all part of protection. So I'm gonna wrap it up right here with that. But think about it. Provision is more than substance. It's infrastructure, it's structure, it's order, then resources. That's providing. Protection is more than just combat, fight or flight. It's avoiding combat, fight or flight as well. Once we get these things like together, and I'm sure there's more things than that, but this is the stuff that's been in my chest that was impressed upon me to share. So that's why I'm sharing these things. I try not to keep it too long. I try to keep it simple and concise, but meaningful at the same time. So this is what's been on my heart to share. So this is what I'm sharing. So think about those two things. Protection is combat, fight or flight, but also preventing combat, fight or flight for your significant other. Provision or providing is more than just monetary resources. It's infrastructure, there's structure, there's government, vision, then provision. That's my time today, man. Thank y'all for rocking with your boy on My Perspective Podcast. Man, please subscribe to my channel. Tell a friend and tell a friend. I love y'all, man. Till next week. Peace.